On modern fishing vessels today, the fishing process takes place with the support of many advanced devices, helping to increase efficiency and reduce labor for fishermen. Before going to sea, the vessel is equipped with a GPS positioning system, radar and sonar fish finder to help locate large schools of fish under the water. When reaching the correct coordinates, the captain and crew deploy fishing tools such as trawls, purse seines, gill nets or automatic fishing systems, depending on the target fish species and sea conditions. During the fishing process, the sensor system and camera continuously monitor underwater developments to adjust the equipment in a timely manner, limiting the accidental capture of unwanted marine life. After being pulled onto the vessel, the fish will be classified and immediately put into cold storage to maintain freshness. Some modern vessels are also equipped with onboard processing lines such as bleeding, gutting, cleaning and deep freezing. In addition, large fishing vessels also comply with strict regulations on marine environmental protection such as not dumping plastic waste. Limiting fuel consumption and not violating prohibited waters. Thanks to technological advances, modern fishing not only increases productivity but also aims at sustainable development and long-term protection of marine resources. In addition to fishing equipment, modern fishing vessels also focus on safety systems for crew members. On board, there are always personal life jackets, lifeboats, satellite communication systems and medical kits to respond to emergencies at sea. Crew members are thoroughly trained in survival skills at sea, operating machinery and handling incidents. Some large vessels are even equipped with comfortable rooms with beds, dining areas and entertainment areas to help crew members rest and restore their labor during long fishing trips. In terms of management, many vessels have applied software to monitor catch, travel routes and fuel consumption, thereby optimizing operational efficiency and minimizing costs. In particular, in the context of climate change and depletion of natural fish resources. Modern vessels are increasingly applying selective fishing methods such as using large mesh nets to avoid catching young fish. Applying smart fishing processes to minimize impacts on marine ecosystems. With the combination of advanced technology, environmental protection awareness and human professionalism, modern fishing activities on vessels have been contributing to building a sustainable fisheries industry, both meeting the world's food needs and preserving marine resources for future generations, not only stopping at catching and preserving. Many modern fishing vessels also integrate deep processing systems right on the deck. Here, fish can be filleted, frozen, vacuum-packed and packaged according to international standards, ready for direct export when the vessel arrives at port. This not only helps increase product value but also reduces post-harvest losses and promptly meets global market demand. In addition, with the application of artificial intelligence and big data, ship owners and captains can analyze factors such as ocean currents, water temperature, and plankton density to predict where fish schools appear, thereby optimizing fishing trips and significantly saving fuel costs. Some advanced vessels also use renewable energy such as solar panels and wind turbines to support the operation of onboard electrical systems, contributing to reducing carbon emissions into the environment. Blockchain technology is also being piloted in tracing the origin of seafood products, ensuring that each batch of fish from the time of catching to the hands of consumers is transparent and trustworthy. It can be seen that modern fishing by ships today is not simply hard labor in the open sea but has become a high-tech economic sector. operating based on a harmonious combination of knowledge, technology and responsibility for the living environment. Through each trip at sea, modern ships are opening up a new future for the world's fisheries industry. Full of promise but also requiring constant efforts to protect the blue ocean for a sustainable future. However, besides outstanding achievements, fishing on modern ships also faces many challenges. One of the major problems is overexploitation in some sea areas, causing fish stocks to decline rapidly, seriously affecting the balance of the ecosystem. In addition, the investment cost for a modern ship is very high, from purchasing equipment, installing technology to training crew members, making it difficult for all fishermen to access and operate effectively. In addition, the complexity of operating the automation system and the requirement for regular technical maintenance also require crew members to have high expertise and be flexible in adapting to new technology. In addition, international regulations on sustainable fishing are increasingly strict, requiring ship owners to comply with many technical standards and report detailed operating processes. And violations can result in sanctions or license revocation. In this context, many coastal countries have actively supported fishermen by providing preferential credit packages. Organizing training courses on modern fishing vessel operation skills, and encouraging integrated fishing and conservation models. Although the journey is still full of difficulties, with the determination to innovate and apply high technology, modern fishing on boats is still affirming its important role in ensuring food security, developing the marine economy and joining hands to protect the planet's precious ocean resources in the future. The modern fishing industry promises to develop even more strongly thanks to the continuous progress of science and technology. Researchers are testing models of unmanned, remote-controlled fishing vessels that use artificial intelligence to automatically identify fish schools, selectively catch fish and optimize fishing routes. Biosensor technology will also be integrated to detect early areas of the sea that are under ecological pressure or at risk of pollution, thereby helping fishing vessels avoid and better protect the marine environment. In addition, the application of satellite data and climate forecasting models will help modern fishing vessels better prepare for unusual changes in the weather. Minimizing the risk of natural disasters when going to sea. The trend of green fishing, that is, only fishing at a sustainable level, without destroying the marine ecosystem, will increasingly become a mandatory standard instead of a voluntary one. Blockchain traceability systems will be widely available, making it easier for consumers around the world to identify the origin of each fish product they use, thereby promoting social responsibility for fisheries. In general, modern fishing on vessels will not only be a simple fishing activity but also a close combination of high technology, environmental protection and sustainable economic development, opening a new era for global fisheries, where people can both exploit marine resources effectively and ensure the longevity of the blue ocean for future generations. To achieve these goals, international cooperation in the field of modern fishing is also increasingly valued. Organizations such as the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, the World Conservation Union, WWF, and many regional fishing associations have continuously launched joint initiatives to manage aquatic resources sustainably. while supporting developing countries in accessing advanced fishing technology. Agreements on migratory fish conservation, catch quotas and marine conservation areas are increasingly being signed, contributing to building a broad cooperation platform to protect the global ocean. In addition, education for fishing communities is also being promoted, raising awareness of the importance of rational exploitation and protection of the marine environment. Training courses on techniques, modern vessel operation skills, as well as legal knowledge of international fishing grounds are regularly held, helping fishermen gradually transform from traditional fishing models to high-tech, professional and responsible fishing methods. In particular, the younger generation is increasingly encouraged to participate in this profession through programs to support marine startups, technology innovation and the development of smart fishing models. All these efforts are contributing to changing the face of modern fishing, turning it into a strong, smart and nature-friendly marine economy, accompanying the world's goal of green, clean and sustainable development in the 21st century. Furthermore, in the process of developing modern fishing, the cultural and spiritual life of fishermen are also more focused than before. Policies to support fishermen's lives are increasingly comprehensive, from social insurance, crew insurance, to mobile medical services serving directly at seaports and fishing boats. Many coastal localities have built resettlement areas, schools, hospitals and community centers specifically for fishermen, helping them feel secure in sticking to the sea for a long time. Traditional festivals of fishermen such as the fishing ceremony, the sailing ceremony, the sea worship ceremony, etc. are also preserved and promoted as part of the cultural heritage of the sea, connecting the community spirit and expressing gratitude to nature. This shows that modern fishing is not only a production industry but also an indispensable part of the economic, cultural, social life of many coastal countries. In the context of deep integration and increasingly fierce global competition, building a modern, efficient, environmentally friendly and human-friendly fishing industry is the key to affirming the maritime position of each country. From the ships sailing far out to sea, carrying the aspirations of millions of people, it can be seen that the future of modern fishing is the blend of tradition and technology. Between people and the sea, a harmonious, strong and hopeful relationship for future generations. Finally, for the modern fishing industry to develop sustainably, there needs to be synchronization from many sides: the state, businesses, fishing communities and consumers. The state needs to continue investing in fishing port infrastructure, fishing logistics centers and safe storm shelters, and at the same time issue practical financial support policies for fishermen to innovate technology and fishing equipment. Enterprises need to play a leading role in building a closed seafood value chain, from fishing, processing to consumption, ensuring product quality and developing national brands. Fishermen, those who are directly involved in the sea, need to improve their spirit of self-learning, applying technology, respecting legal fishing regulations and being aware of protecting the marine environment. On the consumer side, choosing seafood products with clear origins, legally caught and environmentally friendly will be a practical action that contributes to shaping green consumption trends, promoting positive development of the entire industry. When all links in this chain join hands for a common goal, modern fishing will not only be a key economic sector, but also a symbol of progress, responsibility and connection between people and the ocean. It is not only the story of ships drifting on the waves, but also an important part of the national development strategy, aiming for a future where the sea is always prosperous, peaceful and preserved by the very people who live on it. Looking back over the past, it can be seen that modern fishing has made great strides compared to the previous period of manual fishing. From small boats relying on wind power and folk experience, people have created sturdy, strong ships, operated by intelligence and advanced technology. Sea trips are no longer based on luck but have become carefully calculated scientific journeys, optimizing each stage from searching, catching to preserving products. This is not only the achievement of the fisheries industry but also a living testament to the aspiration to conquer the sea, to master nature with knowledge and persistent labor of people. Each modern ship that sets sail is a symbol of faith, of the constant effort to strive for a more prosperous life, for the harmonious development between humans and nature. In the future, with the companionship of technology, the spirit of international solidarity and the increasing awareness of environmental protection, modern fishing will certainly continue to grow, contributing to the building of a sustainable blue-green marine economy, where the precious traditional values of fishermen are continued and sublimated in the new era. And on that journey, maintaining the balance between exploitation and conservation of marine resources will play a key role in determining the longevity of modern fisheries. Lessons from the past about the depletion of resources due to uncontrolled exploitation are always a profound reminder that, no matter how advanced technology is, humans cannot arbitrarily exploit the ocean indefinitely. Fish resource recovery programs, the development of artificial fishing grounds, marine reserves and scientific fishing seasons will increasingly become an indispensable part of the strategy for sustainable fisheries development. At the same time, innovation in biotechnology, aquaculture combined with reasonable fishing will also open up new directions. Reducing pressure on natural resources. In the context of globalization, each country working together to manage the ocean, share green technology, provide technical support to disadvantaged areas and commit to protecting the ocean will be a solid foundation for the future of world fisheries. Thus, the development journey of modern fishing on ships is not only the story of an economic sector, but also a symbol of the progress of human civilization, where the desire to conquer goes hand in hand with the responsibility to preserve, where each ship cutting through the waves not only brings people a source of life, but is also associated with a noble mission, to protect and pass on to future generations a deep blue, rich and sustainable ocean. Achieving these goals requires fostering collaboration among stakeholders in the seafood supply chain. Scientists, policymakers, NGOs and fishing communities need to work closely to develop sustainable marine management strategies. From identifying marine areas that need protection to implementing advanced monitoring technologies to prevent illegal, unreported and unlicensed (IUU) fishing. Innovative initiatives such as the use of satellite identification systems, automatic data recording from fishing vessels or blockchain systems to track the supply chain can create an effective network to protect marine resources while increasing transparency in the seafood industry. Along with that, building funds to protect marine resources and supporting fishermen to transition to sustainable fishing methods also need to be focused on. Fishermen can be supported with training and low-impact fishing gear, and encouraged to participate in marine protection initiatives, such as reducing the use of plastics and other pollutants, or contributing to ecological restoration activities. This comprehensive cooperation will create a circular connection, from protecting resources to improving the quality of life of fishing communities. In fact, when a country or region applies sustainable fishing and ocean protection policies, Not only does its fishing industry develop, but it also contributes to the global protection of marine ecosystems. Therefore, each country and each coastal community needs to realize that the strength of an industry lies not only in its immediate economic efficiency but also in its ability to maintain and develop marine resources for future generations. As the value of protecting the seas and protecting life in the oceans increases, modern fisheries will no longer be just a production sector but will become part of a global sustainable development strategy, benefiting both people and nature. These changes are not only due to new management policies and technologies, but also the result of a global awareness of the need to protect marine ecosystems, which are under pressure from factors such as climate change, pollution and overfishing. International initiatives, such as ocean conservation agreements and the development of international marine reserves, are gradually forming a global network of protection where countries commit to protect rare fish species. Limit the impact of overfishing and stop the use of fishing methods that destroy marine ecosystems. One of the important trends in the future is the shift to sustainable aquaculture models. Instead of relying solely on wild capture fisheries, modern aquaculture technologies, such as fish farming in tightly controlled environments, not only help reduce pressure on natural resources but also provide a more stable and efficient supply of marine food. These new techniques are also being studied to develop aquatic species that can grow quickly, are less expensive and have a lower impact on the environment. However, aquaculture must still be carried out carefully to avoid negative impacts, such as pollution from uneaten food, waste or disease in the farming system. Meanwhile, continued innovation in fishing technology and the application of modern methods such as large mesh nets, sonar and robotics will also help reduce bycatch and the catching of juvenile fish. Research on the development of smart fishing tools,